Hi, my name's Cheri. Welcome to my Stampin' Up studio. Today I'm going to do, I realized I told my girlfriends yesterday I should have kept all of my past ones. And if I had more time, I would go see if I have them. I probably don't have all of them, but I think this is probably the 4th year that I have done a version of this card. So I didn't know the first year that I made it, and I probably sent all of them. That it was going to be a thing, but it's become my thing. So it's a series of cards that I do every year this time, and I didn't know that it was going to be a series, but that's what it's turned into. So we're going to do my version of the red buffalo check snowflake card 2020, and they're always pretty and they're always similar, but they always use what's new and current and a little bit different. So hang on for that. I did want to remind you of a few things. One, I have probably what will end up being the rest of my classes for 2020 posted. I don't have anything that actually begins in December, so we'll see how we go. I might use all of December to get ready for my Try It class for January. That way I can have more of you able to be in it if I have more time to get ready for it, and then I won't have to close registration. But once I do open that, you will want to sign up, because I can it's limited by the amount of man hours that I think my husband and I can put into cutting all of the supplies. So when that goes up, so for now, I think that all of the classes are posted for the rest of the year. I may throw in a small one in December. It wouldn't be a Christmas or anything. It'd be something from the annual catalog, but an easy class. But September 15th is the last day that you can register for the Love of Leaves class. So that one's coming up real fast. So if you want in on that one, go over and register for that. And then September 30th is the last day for a few things. It's the last day for the Fireside Trimmings, which is this class. And that one's going to be a lot of fun. We'll do 4 cards. We'll do Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and a New Year. 2 of them will use the fireplace and 2 of them will not. And September 30th is also the last day that you can buy the Cut and Boss and be in my class and get the free folder. And September 30th is also the last day that you can sign up to be part of my team. This is one of the stamp sets that you get. And the girls that join my team that month, I'll have a special set of videos for them. All of the girls on my team will see them because they all get to see all of my videos for free. But I'm going to do 4 cards using the stamp sets that I know they'll all have, because they get this one and the rose one. So I'm going to do just a little video series for them and then send them the supplies so they can make those. So if you sign up to be part of my team by September 30th, you get those 2 free stamp sets, and then you'll get that. So, and then also upcoming is the Poinsettia class. Its registration is in October. The Treat Box class is in October, which I just posted that video this week. And in the Treat Box class, it's the Treat Box bundle is what you get, unless you just do the videos. But we won't just make boxes. We will also make some cards with the stamp set and the pieces that come in it. So that's a new one. That's new. And then today's set, the Snowflakes Wishes, that has posted. That's posted. And then when you saw the Treat Box video, you saw that I did do the little face mask sprays to go in here. So if you place an order this weekend from today through Monday morning of $75 or more, along with whatever other goodies you qualify, depending on how you do your order, I'm going to send you a free one of these just to make you happy. So that's all of the announcements. And so then today we're going to use the Snowflake Splendor Suite. Although on this card, we're not using many of the sweet pieces because, like I said, we're going to do my version of the buffalo check. So come back tomorrow or Sunday, one of the days, because the other card that I'm using does use more of the sweet pieces. So for this one, we're going to use the stamp set. There's a ton of snowflakes, so many snowflakes, and so many snowflake dies, and lots of words. And there is also a Hanukkah greeting, which is always nice to have one of those for your Jewish friends that you need to send Hanukkah cards to. But it looks like they're super tiny. They're not super tiny. It's one of those ones that you get the 2 things of stamps, and so they have to smush them on there. But the greetings are actually quite large. which you'll see when I use the one on here. And you can see I actually have my other project sitting over here ready to film when I'm done with this one, and there's still this many stamps in here that I'm not using on the 2 cards that I am doing. So there are a ton of snowflakes. It'd be great for scrapbooking. So for this one, I'm going to use crumb cake because my buffalo check snowflake card is always crumb cake based. When we went to Orlando, it was 2 years ago. This was actually my swap card. So if you're a demonstrator and you went to Orlando, there's a chance that you got it. And then I just wanted to have a really light background of snowflakes because I don't want the snowflakes to overwhelm. So I'm going to use Versamark. And that just gives like a watermark. So it will be faint. It will be hard for you to see on the video. I will take an up close picture. And most of the center is going to be covered. So I'm just going to go around the edges and get this. And as it soaks into the paper, you see it a little bit more. So as it doesn't really dry. So Versamark's what you'd also use if you were going to emboss. I'm not going to emboss this. I just want those ever so faint snowflake backgrounds on there. And I'll hold it up so you can see it a little bit better. None of that in the middle is going to show. This right here will though. So just use that, and that it gives you a tone-on-tone effect. So if you don't have a Versamark pad, if you get a Versamark pad, then you have every color of tone-on-tone. So I'll kind of aim that around. I don't know. From where I'm sitting in this light, I can see it perfect. So maybe I need to aim it that way. It's always hard for me to know what angle the camera is picking up. So that just gives a nice tone-on-tone effect. And then for the inside, oops. Well, I was going to get a crumb cake pad. I didn't bring it over here. I'm going to stamp this giant one. I'll just go ahead and use Versamark. I was going to use crumb cake so it'd be a little bit darker, but it's not sitting here. So we'll just do Versamark. I was going to show you the difference between the Versamark and the crumb cake. I will stamp a crumb cake on the inside of my other one and then show you if you go over to my blog post. This is a big stamp. And so as that dries, it will get a little bit darker, and that can be the snowflake on the inside. And then for this one doesn't even necessarily have to be a Christmas card. If you know somebody whose birthday, well, if y'all live in Denver, you could send it now since it's practically winter there. But if you know somebody whose birthday is in the winter months, this would be a fun birthday card because this just says, "May your season sparkle." It would be a fun New Year's card. Or you could leave this off and switch from some of the colors of paper that I'm going to use. Instead of going with all of the fun textures, you could give it to a guy and just make it a birthday card and just go straight up cardstock. But I liked this font. I liked the words, "May your season sparkle." And I liked all the sparkly paper. So there we have our background. And then most of the rest of the work is just going to be done by our cut and emboss machine. Okay, and then for our paper, this is where the fun of this card really comes in. I have the Plaid Tidings paper that's 6 by 6. So I've cut this 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. You can get it to be 3 by 3, but your snowflake barely fits. So yeah, it's up to you if you want to do it a little bit bigger. And then these two I've already run through. The set comes with a lot of snowflakes like this that I'm not using on this card. It was on my video where I talked about the magnetic platform where you stamp the images and this cuts them out. We're not using those. On my next video we will. So this one I have the black glimmer paper. And on this one I have the red foil paper. And then I have the red velvet paper. So this card's all about shine and sparkle and texture. So let's cut this one out. I cut the other ones out because originally I thought that maybe I would put more snowflakes on the one card and I didn't. So I hate to waste them. So for this, you just want to kind of make sure that this is straight, which is easy to do because you've got lines on your paper. But you can see it just barely fits at 3 1/4. So if you do 3 to try to save paper, it doesn't quite work. But you can stamp if you have the buffalo check plaid or the buffalo plaid stamp, which is what I have done in the past on all of my other, I think, cards. Last year I may have used the little tiny I think I did. That little tiny buffalo check thing that came with the little box that we had last year. So you can see this does and see it's just the tips. So this kind of does a reverse. Let's get all these out. I could be a little bit more forceful with it if it wasn't all the way to the tip of my cardstock. Sometimes the 6x6 cardstock, not my favorite. Just saying, because it gives you a little bit less space to work with. Okay, so now you have this. It doesn't matter if you get these out in the middle because those are going to get covered up by our other ones. So what you want to do is you want to work building this up. So I've taken, there's several different kind of ribbons that you could use. I like this little thread that comes in the Forever Greenery combo set just because it's wispy and I can tie it around this cardstock. There's the cord that's in the holiday catalog. It's a little bit, well, it's cordy, and this is more trim. And because you're tying it around a little piece of cardstock that has already been cut with all these holes in it, this is just a little bit more gentle on it. So you're literally just going to tie a knot. And a lot of you probably already have this because it's from the annual catalog. And so you see when you pull tight, it doesn't bend your designer series paper. If you have this cord, let me show you the difference. See, this is just thicker. It's prettier and you would see it a little bit better, but this is just a little more wispy. The other one, I guess I tied a bow. This one's not gonna have a bow. But the maybe I can get a bow out of it. There might be enough. We'll try once. I'll give it one try to see if there's enough here for a bow. Might be. You could also use the ribbon from the Forever, the Trimming the Town. Yep, there was enough. So we've got that. Now I'm gonna build this up. So I'm going to start with my red velvet, which does get little sticky things on it because it's, sometimes you want to take the lint roller to your velvet. I'm just going to use this Stampin' Seal. You don't need the plus for anything on here. So stick this on. And then you want to be able to see as much of the velvet through. So I find that it's nice if you add dimensionals and put one right over the edge of those, the cord. And that will help, or the trim. That helps it stay in place. And just having that little bit of depth in between your design and the velvet helps you be able to see the velvet a little bit more. This is such a fun texture card. There's so many textures going on. So put this here. And then once that ribbon is kind of secure on here, you can kind of move it because now it's being held by those. And then you can take this, which is another fun feature of this trim that you don't get with the cord, and kind of let that go. It gives it a wispy, fun, kind of Christmassy look, like if you're at church on Christmas Eve. And then we're just going to take first the black glimmer because it's a little bit bigger. And again, this has things that need to be popped out of it. This card makes a nice mess. When I made a couple hundred of them, it was with the Snowflake set that again was similar. It had a lot of snowflake pieces. My husband helped me, but we ran hundreds of snowflakes through the die cut machine and there were snowflake pieces everywhere. So pop this one on here. And it does leave a little bit of adhesive in the middle, but that's okay because we're going to cover it up. Same with this. This one has things that could be poked out, but we're not going to because we're going to put a thing. So some of them are coming out on this. And then go off on those. So your tall one here goes kind of a V with the tall ones there. And then these really fun beaded pearls. These are from the Poinsettia suite. Just get some adhesive on that. And there you go. How easy is that? And so pretty. Here it is with this piece cut a little bit bigger, which I think I do like. So just sacrifice your paper. There are a few other colors in the Plaid Tidings that will work with the red. There are also, because the foil comes in red and green, so you could do it with red and green, and you can like mix and match them. If you really want to go all out, you get the rainbow glimmer paper and get these background stars here in those, because May Your Season Sparkle would be really pretty with the rainbow glimmer paper. So there you go. Here is my Snowflake Buffalo Check circa 2020. Maybe I will go see if I can find my other ones, but probably not. I have a lot to do today. If finding cards, old cards, was not so difficult, I probably have last year's. I don't know. Everybody have a great day. Bye.